And what can I say? Oh, yes, we're going to be here for about a couple of hours. At least a couple of hours. Don't leave. No. A couple of hours at least, yes. We're going until the drugs wear off. And we're going to be playing lots of our new songs tonight. I see. We may play some of our old songs. And we may even play some really old songs too.
So did you like that story?
No, well, no, not especially. No, I didn't. I can kind of picture the kind of guy it was, though.
Yeah, no,
I bet I could.
Absolutely.
Okay, welcome. Oh, no, you start. No, you start. No,
you start.
No, I don't want to. I don't know why I said welcome.
Welcome to the podcast.
God, that was so lame. Do you want to do that again?
Yeah. Welcome to Can I Pod with Madness, issue 36, I think. We're picking up on last episode, where we're talking about all things Kerrang. But before we do that, have you got anything you want to tell us? Because it's been a while since we recorded. So what have you been up to?
I don't think we've been up to much, have we?
Rescued a robot, didn't we?
Yeah. What do you want to explain?
We've got these robots around here, and that they'll deliver your shopping, basically. And yeah, it's on an app, and certain parts of town you see them trundling around. They're a bit like Big Track. They're on wheels, and they kind of go along the road. And we were driving along. We saw one the other day, and it was trying to get up a curb, and it was obviously stuck. And we sort of looked at each other, and my initial feeling was, I'm not allowed to touch it, right? But we felt bad for this robot, even though it's just a box on wheels, isn't it? We felt a bit sympathetic towards this thing, so we drove back, and I helped it up the curb, and it said, "Thank you, have a nice day." Yeah. So obviously, when the robots take over, maybe they'll look on me in a more favourable light. They won't exterminate me straight away.
Hopefully not. It's a nice thing to do.
Okay. Is there anything you've seen that you'd like to talk about or listen to?
I feel like you're trying to tell me something with your eyes, and I don't understand what you're trying to convey.
You have a song that you want to talk about, or you usually have something you've seen, or like a reel or something that you'd like to talk about.
I feel like you're putting me on the spot. Cut this bit out, because this feels like you're putting me on the spot a bit.
I mean, do you not want to talk about Eminem? I mean, that was like the one thing I could think of that maybe was a thing. I mean, by the time this comes out, it'll be old news, but...
Obviously Eminem has got a new song out called Houdini. And yeah, I think a lot of people got very excited by it. And
well, you certainly did.
Well, I've listened to it. It's a good song. What's it? Is it, who sings Abracadabra?
Steve Miller Band.
Steve Miller Band. So obviously it samples that. One person I heard who is only in their very early 20s said it sounds like all his others, and he didn't really like it because of that. But I think you're kind of missing the point if you say that about this in particular, because it's obviously not meant to sound identical, but it's meant to reflect a certain style that he's done, and it does do that. So yeah.
Were you an Eminem fan?
Yes.
Back when he was hot. He was racing up the charts. He was on the MTV.
I was, yes, a big Eminem fan. Went to see him live. Yeah. I'm not feeling overly entertaining today, so forgive my short answers.
Welcome to Six Picks Music Club. I'm Dave, and along with Jeffro.
Hey, guys.
And Russ. Russ?
I told you, I don't want to be in the podcast, Dave.
Come on, man, we talked about this. And now that you've introduced yourself, we can tell these great people about our bi-weekly podcast called Six Picks Music Club. And we're excited for you to hear it.
Oh, is this the one where we host the creamy
No, this is the one where every episode has a musical theme, and we each pick 2 of our favorite songs to share and discuss around that theme.
Come on, dude. I'd much rather go out and hose the
Guys, we're going to have to bleep all this out. Can we please keep it PG just for the trailer? Anyways, the podcast, some of these songs you'll know, but we hope you'll discover something new.
Wait, do we, make more money if we bleep the curses?
No, dude, that isn't really how it works.
Is there going to be
There's definitely going to be 6 songs each time. We invite you to come on down to the clubhouse.
Hey, man, if we're not making any money, I'm going to go get my
Clearly, I might recommend earmuffs for the kids, especially with these jokers joining me. Also, rock and roll does have some grown-up words from time to time.
That's not all rock and roll has. It also has a big old fat...
Hold up. It does? Nice.
If you're ready to commit, you can subscribe today. Tell them, Russ.
Yeah, you should. Subscribe and get your rocked off.
We'll see you January 3rd for the premiere episodes of Six Picks Music Club. Until then, keep jamming.
Oh, so there's 3 of us, and we each select 2 songs, and then it's 6 total songs each time. 6 picks. I get it.
Okay. Well, should we leap straight back into the issue that we were looking at?
Did you read the music papers from the back and to the front? Did you find out where to see?
Okay. Well, we got to the main event.
Thank God.
Article about Genesis.
Yeah.
Genesis will be returning to Britain in triumph when they play 5 historic concerts at the NEC Birmingham. But will Phil Collins be able to cope with the strain of recreating Mama and the hideous growling chuckle that helped make it a hit? Says Tony Banks. Doesn't seem to be a problem. When he first did that laugh on the session, we thought he'd never be able to reproduce it live, but he's had no trouble at all on our American tour. The one song he does have a problem with is Man on a Corner from Abacab, which is a very expressive number and very hard on his voice. So are you a fan of Mama?
Don't know it.
All right, should we have a bit of Mama? You'll have heard it.
Mama,
yeah, later covered by the Spice Girls.
Now listen to me, mama, 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 you're taking away my last day. So don't take it away. Can't you feel my heart? Ha ha ha.
I can do that.
You know this song, right?
I think I do.
Yeah. It's a big hit.
Get to a bit that's not him laughing or guitar. How old are you there? 9.
Well, 83, so 1 year, so 30, 32. He's 10 years younger than you, mate.
They've done better. I'd have probably left this one.
You don't like Mama? Oh,
Nah.
I'm shocked.
No. The laugh would grate on me after a while, I think.
It based on, Rapper's Delight.
Yeah.
He goes, "Don't push me because I'm close." And he does a bit of that, ha ha ha, that sort of thing.
Right.
And that's sort of what Phil Collins was doing, just basically copying. What about That's All? Do you know That's All?
No.
Hey, look, he's got his flat cap on.
Oh, yeah, I know this. Yeah, it sounds good.
Quite liked dressing as tramps back in those days.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, that. But so we started talking about Genesis, right? Because there's a Genesis article, and obviously I'm interested in that because I'm a big fat Genesis geek. They're playing a string of concerts at the Birmingham NEC. It's very exciting. And if you want to see one of their concerts at the NEC, it was released on VHS as the Mama Tour in 1984. And I remember watching it back in the day. Very good, very exciting. So in England and Europe in general, they prefer to hear the romantic, more subtle numbers associated with the early days. But in America, we can play different songs which have been more popular there, like Misunderstanding and the material that's post. And then there were three. Do you like Misunderstanding? Do you know Misunderstanding?
Don't know.
I think that was like a massive hit in America, but not over here. And then they talk about this song, Illegal Alien, which I remember you listened to and you were like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that was embarrassing, isn't it?
I mean, it's not like thought of as one of their best songs.
You put it on the playlist, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Tony Banks said it's not racist. Like, so, white public school boy said that this song about people trying to get over the border isn't racist.
Right.
And then he blames Mike Rutherford because he wrote the lyrics. And they've all got like big moustaches in the video. But it's a tune though, isn't it? It's a banger.
I think I just thought it was stupid when I heard it.
Okay. So not a resounding thumbs up for Illegal Alien.
Well, just my opinion.
I don't think it's a terribly well-known one of theirs. So yeah, there's a picture of Phil Collins in like a sort of hockey catcher's.
Right.
Is that like a? That's not a hockey mask, is it?
No, because a hockey puck could go right through that. There'd be no point.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some weird thing on his face. We don't really know what that is, and there's some live shots. Standard stuff, just lots of lights. It's mostly the focus is on the light, basically. Yeah, but I put the Mama Tour on the playlist, so check that shit out because that's some good stuff. Okay, so on the personals, I picked out.
Oh man, I can see why you've picked it out.
Kind, shy, attractive, friendly male, 24.
Oh, you missed out caring.
Oh, right. Kind, shy, caring, attractive, friendly male, 24, seeks busty lady for friendship. Improve my social life.
She can have any kind of personality at all. Her personality is irrelevant. We need to know in depth his personality from 5 words, but hers, she just has to have boobs.
I mean, he's listed a lot of sort of emotional traits.
Yeah.
And
I'm kind, I'm shy, I'm caring, I'm attractive, all right. Get you. I'm friendly. I just want tits.
He's just like big tits.
God. I mean, what's with the... Oh, forget it. Never mind. Go on. Improve my social... What? Improve my social life.
Yeah, he says I'm genuine, versatile...
No, wait. It says seeks busty lady for friendship, full stop. Improve my social life, full stop. What the fuck's that mean?
Well,
like she's got to have tits and help him socially.
Get over his shyness. I mean, he's already said he's shy.
Her tits are not going to help with that. That's...
He wants to...
What if she's a shy, introverted, big-titted lady? That's not... Then they're not going to help.
Well, he's not interested in that. He needs someone of a particular shape who's going to, sort him out socially.
I'm not sure why that's her problem, but...
well,
oh, yeah. Like, a girl's looking through this going, yeah, I want a project to do. Yeah. I haven't got my own problems to do. I'm going to want to sort out your problems.
He sounds fucking hopeless, but, you know,
Jesus.
obviously. Yeah, but in that trope, like...
what does he want? My big tits and me to sort out his problems. Brilliant. Where do I sign up? Great.
But isn't that a trope
Fuck
of
me.
women thinking, I can change him?
No, don't. No, that's when you end up in a relationship with someone, and you know it's shit, and you just hope for the best because you're optimistic. But women are not looking for men to help. We're not out here waiting to solve all your problems. Because you can't be bothered going to the pub and talking to people. You need her to do it for you.
I mean, unfortunately, the name isn't included. It's just a PO box.
I think fortunately the name isn't included. Fortunately for everyone, the name isn't included.
So we've got the live reviews, concerts, spelled with a K. And there's a review of Thor at the Marquee Club in London.
Okay.
Have you ever seen anyone blow up a hot water bottle like a balloon with a minimum of effort and let it explode in the face?
I have actually.
When?
It's all online.
Was it Thor? Was he a sort of heavy metal?
No. I think he was like some strongman or something. You know, like one of those huge guys who pulls barrels in a truck on something in, you know, like a onesie.
Was it like the world's strongest man and was blowing up a hot water bottle?
Blowing up a hot water bottle is, I mean, can you imagine? I'd die. There's no question. I'd die trying. If I was really trying, I'd die. I'm not gonna.
So I was unfamiliar with the work of Thor.
Balloons are scary enough when they go off in your face, aren't they? Can you imagine me?
Yeah, but if you're a sort of supernaturally, you know, strong, powerful.
Yeah, Thor is, but this guy I saw doing it wasn't. He was just a man.
He was just a dude.
Actually, I don't know whether it exploded.
But it got really big.
Yeah, he blew it up. There you go.
Well, I was unfamiliar with the work of Thor, so I've looked it up. I found a video from London 1984, which might have been this very gig, because this was at the Marquee. So Thor live in this Camden Palace 1984, including the legendary bursting of the hot water bottle, and handily they've given us a timestamp.
Legendaries, I'm gonna say a stretch.
and other great stunts, winky face.
What's the definition of legendary?
Well, look, if he's fucking Thor, he's, you know, son of Odin.
Legendary meaning. Described in or based on legends, remarkable enough to be famous, very well known. God, that's a bit of a pissy, lukewarm explanation of legendary, isn't it? Like, we use legendary, like legendary, and all it's saying here is it's remarkable enough to be famous. And today, you can.
Well, you'd say iconic now, wouldn't you? That's the most boring word that people use.
Iconic. It's so iconic. I do it because it's iconic.
Well, should we have a bit of Thor?
I mean, I'm not. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not saying I can do it, but it is so lame. There's no point.
There's
no point.
A full 6 minutes of watching this.
So you've come to watch them sing. Oh, we missed Explode. You've absolutely ruined the money shot. First of all, you're doing it without sound, and it's bad enough I've got to watch this nonsense. What was the point? What was the fucking point in that? What an absolute waste of That's been a waste of my life, and it's a waste of everyone listening's life to listen to us watching this guy on stage pretending like that wasn't embarrassing.
When you're watching it, when you're listening to it, the band are doing this like big...
Oh, that makes it better, does it? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, it's the audio that made it.
No, the issue is, right, he can't time this thing exploding with the beats. So they just kind of play this crescendo that just goes on and on and on and on, and then just randomly it pops.
What was the point?
It's to show how fucking Thor he is.
If he was Thor, where's the lightning? Where's the hammer? When did Thor have a hot water bottle? It's embarrassing. It just looks embarrassing. A hot water bottle, even like at home when I've got one, is always a bit embarrassing, even when you're on your own, isn't it? Because you know how lame it is. Even though it feels nice and it keeps you warm and whatever, but you're always aware that it's a little bit lame.
You feel like a grandparent, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And it's, you know, you got that sort of hot rubber smell and it's embarrassing. But to hold it up on stage and act like it smell is, honestly.
He fights Loki at the end.
Does he?
So there's Loki comes out.
That's who?
That's Loki.
That's who?
He's, you know, the god of mischief. And he's putting breeze blocks on Thor's chest and he smashes it with a sledgehammer.
Oh my God. I mean, I really don't want to hate on things, but what is the point? I just don't. What's the point? Isn't it? Because it's all so lame. Like he's got a safety helmet on. It's so lame.
Well, there's no way around that. It's health and safety.
But if you're thinking of an idea and you're like, yeah, I'm going to put some breeze blocks on him because I'm chaos, and then I'm going to like saw them through him and stuff, and then they're like, right, yeah, but when you do that you are going to have to wear a safety helmet, and he'll be like, well, I can't do that then because it's going to look lame.
I mean, that's a pneumatic drill though. That's not safe.
But my point is when you're having the conversation and then, you know, the man comes in and says, right, but you can only do this if you wear a safety helmet, you'd be like, well, I'm not going to do it then because that's lame, isn't it? It's embarrassing.
Okay. Should we have another? There's another Thor video.
Oh my God.
This just popped up on my recommendations. And it's called the worst music video ever made.
Okay. I already believe them. I mean, it's starting off with some guy.
He's fondling an orb.
He's fondling an orb. Yeah, that's not mystically trying to read from it through your hands. Okay. I mean, why can't we have sound? I feel like sound might make it less painful. Oh, it's meant to be like a old sort of silent film thing, isn't it? I imagine. Going for a bit of the Buster Keatons.
Oh, unfortunately, we're going to have to watch it on mute. I mean, you know, it's early 80s metal, isn't it? You can imagine what it sounds like. He's running through the woods. There's some video effects. They've got like Viking cloaks on. There's some lightning. I don't think this is. I've seen worse music videos. Yeah,
I think we just watched worse than this. This looks like exactly what I would expect. I mean, the editing is sweet. It's really good green screen on that one.
I mean, how about I get it up on my phone because then we'll be able to hear it.
That'll be, can't wait. Green screen's always good when it cuts off the bottom half of your legs, isn't it?
It was the early days of the technology.
Right, well, don't use it then.
A good night out. It starts from the beginning, doesn't it? Even getting ready, we usually get ready together, don't we? Yeah.
Don't we?
Right, so you get a taste of what Thor actually sound like. Just go.
Is it?
He sounds like Danzig.
I'd love to know his actual middle name.
Awesome.
Thomas.
I knew a guy called Thor. I worked with him.
Thomas. Superhero. Not superhero, is he?
Well, he's a sort of god.
God.
He's a god of thunder.
Of course, yeah. It's great. Not sure why, but thanks.
Well, that was Thor. I mean, he's vanquishing his enemies. What more do you want?
I don't know what else he can blow up.
Condom.
That's easy. You've got to go more than a hot water bottle now. So it'd be like a bouncy castle.
But
Got a bouncy castle on stage. I'm going to blow it up for no reason.
he's still on tour, you know. I think he's in his 70s.
But he's still not doing the hot water bottle trick, is he? And he could say, "Oh, there's a comment saying this is fucking awesome." Okay, interesting.
So it has a generic fantasy theme of a beautiful woman getting captured by the bad guy and a rock band led by a blonde guy with a chest the size of a small country, dressed in leather and spikes, donning swords to rescue her. This is fucking awesome.
The lack of respect in the title, this band and video fucking rules.
This video is essentially He-Man, a tall blonde guy with long hair and big muscles, brackets He-Man,
We got it.
goes to a castle with a sword fight and fights Skeletor. I actually worked with the lead singer of this band in the late 90s. He was a pizza delivery driver at the pizza joint I worked at in downtown Seattle. He mentioned he was part of a band that was making a comeback. He was also once upon a time Mr. Universe.
I can see that.
Though this was before the internet was as full of video and content as it is now, lol. So I really had no idea what it was all about. Anyway, he asked me to be a part of his music video, which was filmed in part on top of a rooftop in Seattle that overlooked the King Dome implosion, 18-year anniversary today, which is why I looked this up. 20-year-old me was dressed up in a knockoff Xena warrior princess type garb. I still have the photo with the explosion in the background. Funny memory. Still cannot find the video for that though. Haha.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Hello, do you want to come over here? Right, what else have you got for me?
Okay. Right, so there's a review of Tina Turner at the Fairfield Halls in Croydon.
Okay.
As the Dark Stranger, the Giorgio Moroder David Bowie classic Cat People crawl out across the hall, the spotlight suddenly picks out the crouched and slinking figure of Tina Turner. She steals across the stage to her microphone, hunkered down and ready to pounce, a glorious mixture of tangibly dangerous feline stealth and cunning and barely restrained sexuality.
Ooh.
Here's a woman who, italics, knows she is extremely sexy and isn't afraid to use that to her advantage.
Should you mention anything about her singing? Or
well, the primary
appeal?
reason is her voice, a stunning, throaty, sensual sound that straddles her early blues origins and the modern rock and roll material that now comprises the majority of her set. Her voice sounds as comfortable barnstorming through the self-penned classic Nutbush City Limits or Foreigner's Nightlife as it does on the somewhat gentler River Deep Mountain High, or the touching, almost gospel rearrangement of the Beatles' Help. The tunes may be familiar, but their performance is quite unique. So I found this as well, and obviously we're not going to be able to hear it.
Okay, and you found them.
But it's interesting because it's before like Private Dancer and like The Best and all the sort of really well-known 80s hits. So she's doing like loads of cover versions. I mean, it's the entire concert.
Oh, right. Okay, well, we can't watch that.
we can watch this another time, but...
Speaking of, let me see if this is what I was looking for. Guess who this is? You might have guessed already.
No. Do I get a clue?
No.
I feel like I should know this.
Private Dancer made me think of this. Oh, this sounds more like
Is it
hot chocolate.
Tony Ferrino?
It is. Yes.
This is
It's actually quite a good song, isn't
This
it?
is the forgotten Steve Coogan character, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember watching the whole special that he did.
Well, I went to see The Man Who Thinks He's It.
Yeah.
That was what it was called, wasn't it? I remember. Because I'm sure he sang Private Dancer.
Well,
I mean, maybe I'm getting it mixed up with Lap Dancing Lady, but it feels like the sort of song that he would sing as Tony Ferrino, but
Papa Bendy.
well, that's what I've just YouTubed. So maybe I was thinking Lap Dancing Lady because
Tony Ferrino and Björk.
Kim Wilde. There's not a lot of Tony Ferrino, is there?
No, there's a whole album.
What's on the album? That Lap Dancing Lady song has just taken me back like about 30 years.
Help Yourself, Papa Bendy, Other Men's Wives, Bigamy at Christmas, Taxi Taxi, Short Term Affair, Sunday for Me.
On your phone, put Bigamy at Christmas on, because that sounds like it's going to be funny. Although, what's got the most views? Other Men's Wives. Oh no, Help Yourself has got 2,000. Help Yourself has got the most views.
I've accidentally just clicked on Bigamy. So I'm getting loads of videos.
1996. That's a really good question, isn't it? Like, what do men do who have two families? So, like, men who get themselves in the situation where they've got two separate families, how do they work out Christmas? Because you can't say, I'm working, I'm out that day. How do they do it?
There was a Two Ronnies sketch.
No,
where...
I don't want the sketches, I want real life answers.
Well, we need to, if you're a bigamist.
How does it work?
Life.
But how do it work? How do it work?
Some people do work on Christmas.
Who works at Christmas? So he pretend he's a doctor.
Should we just Google it? How does a bigamist
sort out their Christmas plans?
How do bigamists get caught? How does bigamy affect divorce? What does bigamist stand for? How does a bigamist do Christmas?
Is that an actual question answered?
It's not coming up. Christmas in a polygamous family. No.
Nah, polygamy is easy. You've got them all there. You've got them all under one roof. Because aren't there some men who do it like they haven't just got one family, they might have loads of families?
Well, yeah, you hear about it, don't you?
But so what on earth do they do? I suppose, you lie from... Once you've got one lie, that's fine, isn't it?
Historical Society of Carroll County, 17th of December 2000. Accused bigamist spent 1900 Christmas in jail. The local 1900 holiday was interrupted by a sensational court hearing involving a Pleasant Valley woman and an accused bigamist. Not surprisingly, the case received considerable press coverage, including a lengthy article on December the 15th.
That's not giving us the answer. That's just he's in prison at Christmas. So if anything, that's his easy Christmas because he's in prison.
Right. How did she get caught? How did he get caught? Blah, blah, blah.
I don't think you're going to
think... Well, obviously, this is it. It's not a workable situation, is it?
No. It's just a really interesting one.
Right, all you bigamists listening.
Let us know.
Yeah.
You can be anonymous. I'm 100% going to be listening to this a lot after this.
Lap dancing lady.
I just haven't... I think I probably haven't thought about this for 20-something years, and it's like all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, this song exists.
the whole phenomenon special is on YouTube. So, we could watch that. Comic Relief.
Oh, God, now I've listened to it, YouTube's going to stick that on my mix playlist, which is fine, but actually it's fine, isn't it? It's just my YouTube, my mixes are just the most insane bunch of songs, but...
I'm sure it's all Eminem at the moment, isn't it?
It's a lot of Eminem at the moment, but there's a lot of Ghost as well.
Eminem and Ghost.
Yeah.
And Tony Ferrino now.
Yeah, it's got mixed Tony Ferrino. Let's see. I'll tell you what we can do. If we go onto YouTube, if I find the first My Mix. Although the first My Mix is Stevie Ray Vaughan, which isn't not bad. Yeah. It's
Which Stevie Ray Vaughan song?
Oh, come on, you can guess the answer to that.
Is it the one that was on Guitar Hero?
Yes.
I can't remember what it's called.
Did you know the business energy is different to
So I'll tell you what is on my mix today.
There's no price cap.
On my mix is Lenny Kravitz, Human, obviously.
Nice.
These are all the hyperfixations I've had over recent times. Avril Lavigne, What the Hell?
Nice.
Yeah. Ghost, Square Hammer.
Nice.
Poison, Ride the Wind.
That came up on mine the other day.
Probably heard you.
Oh no, it was on my phone.
The Lost Boys soundtrack. Cry Little Sister.
Of course.
Lenny Kravitz, TK421.
Nice.
Childish Gambino, Redbone.
Right, that's like most weeks I hear that a couple of times coming from your room.
Yeah. Ghost, Dance Macabre.
Nice.
Tina Turner, What's Love Got to Do with It? Busted, Thunderbirds I'll Go.
Nice.
Fleetwood Mac, Seven Wonders.
Oh, you've moved away a bit from Fleetwood Mac now.
Yeah, because it's less of a hyperfixation.
Right, but for a while, listeners, all she played was Seven Wonders.
I cut out the middleman and I literally put it on just repeat and just that was it. Def Leppard, Armageddon It.
Nice.
Valley of the Lost Souls, Poison. Ghost, Griftwood. Rob Zombie, Dragula, The Drifters. You're More Than a Number in My Little Red Book. Prince, La 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 Means I Love You. Go West, King of Wishful Thinking. Busted, Crash the Wedding. Unskinny Bop, Lost Boys soundtrack. Raspberry Beret, Landslide, Fleetwood Mac. We Are Not Alone, Breakfast Club. Def Leppard, Prince. E17, Eminem, Avril Lavigne, Carly Rae Jepsen. The Dirt soundtrack. Busted, Let's Go Crazy. Poison, Salt and Pepper, Push It. Poison, Aerosmith.
You need to say the names.
Oh, Life Loves a Tragedy, Ball and Chain. Aerosmith, Dude Looks Like a Lady. Prince, If I Was Your Girlfriend. Prince, I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man. Erasure, Who Needs Love Like That. Busted, Sleep With the Light On. Pharrell Williams, Happy. It's so accurate, this. Batman soundtrack, The Arms of Orion. Busted, Air Hostess. Poison, Late Play. Ghost, Rats. Whoa, whoa. And finally, Prince, I Would Die For You. I mean, accurate. I absolutely rate YouTube's ability to put a playlist together for me as 10 out of 10. They're like...
But you've trained it well.
Oh, yeah,
you?
I've trained it well. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. You can steal that playlist if you want. It's probably... You really need to get your own.
Just play that bit back. Just make a note of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose I could. That could be a supplemental playlist I could create.
No one else is going to be interested in that mix of stuff.
Yeah, but...
They're not. Who would be?
I know, I'm just obsessed with making playlists, I guess. So we've got an article about Wendy O. Williams.
I think you should add Lap Dancing Lady onto your playlist.
Already done.
Oh, okay.
Talking of lap dancing, and And Wendy O. Williams, I don't know if you know much about her. She was in a band called the Plasmatics. She made some adult films, and she had a sort of raunchy sort of stage presence. You know, she didn't wear a lot of clothes. But this article is saying she's released a solo album, and it was produced by Gene Simmons. It's got Paul Stanley on it. I think it's got Ace Frehley on it as well. And there's a song called I Love Sex and Rock and Roll.
Okay.
And I listened to this, and it sounds like fucking Lick It Up. You know, it's squarely in sort of 80s Kiss territory. And then I looked her up, and she was a lifelong vegetarian and campaigner for animal rights.
Nice.
Refused to wear makeup that had been tested on animals.
Nice.
Seemed like a pretty cool lady. So there you go, Wendy O. Williams. There's an interview with Kate Bush, A Girl for All Seasons, interviewed by Mick Wall. Mostly talks about how much he fancies her, and she doesn't really say very much. But I thought it's just generally interesting that there's a whole interview with Kate Bush in Kerrang, because you'd just never expect that, would you? I mean, I tried to find some interesting quotes. In another life, could you have made a career out of dancing? I don't know. There was a time when I'd been dancing for about a year and a half, and I was never sure if an album was going to manifest itself. That I thought, if you want to be a dancer, you should do it now, because I had people approaching me at the dance class asking if I wanted to go to Germany and dance in clubs and things. And for a time, I really got into the dance thing much more seriously than I thought I would. But I don't think I was good enough. I didn't stand out enough. And she had the same dance teacher as taught David Bowie mime.
Right, okay.
And he was, and I'm really struggling to remember his name, but he was in The Wicker Man as the bartender.
Okay.
In the Green Man. Lindsay, I'll find out and I'll cut it in. She likes winter. She talked about how she likes all the seasons, but she likes winter the best.
Right.
That's the only thing I really gleaned from this article. I like all the seasons. They each have something to bring. She replies, enigmatic.
Right.
It's good to know. But, you know, I mean, December will be magic again. It's a fucking classic, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. I mean, we're pretty much at the end of the magazine now. Oh, you know, you mentioned Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
I think I know why he's a bit sort of crazy on social media, and he's just like doing mad things like working out in the gym while wearing leather pants and stuff.
Yeah.
He's been like celibate for 8 years.
Right.
So
why? But what's that got to do with social media presence?
Well, because like,
so he's been.
I think if
he's been voluntarily.
He's been voluntarily celibate because he wants to find a person that he can be, you know, sort of monogamous with.
Right, no offense, I'd be up for the challenge.
But maybe if he I suspect if he wasn't celibate, he wouldn't be doing crazy things on social media. He'd be just getting on.
Crazy thing? He's just working out.
Yeah,
he's
just leather trousers.
He can't help looking sexy. He could be taking out a bag of shit and he would be looking sexy, wouldn't he?
He's got dogs, hasn't he? So he will
be picking up bags of shit. He'll be bags of shit. Oh God, yeah, I can't be doing that again. Someone else go from one person to another and they're still carrying out bags of shit. God, it's all you men ever do.
And I don't think he doesn't eat burgers or anything. He eats all raw.
Yeah,
food.
I'm not sure I could do the raw thing.
Yeah, I mean, being a vegan's one thing, but being a raw vegan is fucking hell.
Yeah, that'd be a bit much.
Broccoli.
I'd get too cold. I'd need something warm to eat. You know what I'm like?
Yeah. Well, I think you can still.
No, because if you heat it up, that's cooking.
Right, yeah.
Isn't it? You could leave it out in the sun.
Well, he said mostly raw. I'm sure he has like vegetable soup or something. Oh. I mean, I can't imagine Lenny Kravitz eating soup. It's like with the hot water bottle, isn't it? It's just not a cool, sexy thing to do.
if it was Lenny Kravitz could blow up. Go into our searches. He's the first one. Okay. Not surprising.
He's 60, ladies and gentlemen.
Is he 60? Oh.
Believe so. Maybe he just had so much sex, he just got sort of bored with it. Because you would, wouldn't you, if you were him?
I guess so. You'd have to ask him.
So if you're listening, Lenny, and you do want to appear on a podcast where we're weirdly obsessed with you.
Not a chance that I would be able to have a conversation with ridiculous. He's a ridiculous human being. Just look at any picture. He's ridiculous. I mean, one of the comments is funny.
I mean, that's not going to work in an audio medium. You're going to have to describe that.
I am not explaining that.
It was an emoji.
Too cheeky. Smokes though, doesn't he?
Does he?
I think in one of those videos, he was smoking.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
that'd be the only.
He's old school, isn't he? He's not going to vape. He's going to.
It looks cool to smoke because obviously everyone knows smoking looks cool. But so maybe I won't bother if he asks. like Eamon Holmes would not date Taylor Swift. You would not. You would not date Lenny Kravitz. First of all,
unless he stopped smoking.
First of all, fuck you because you just liken me to Eamon Holmes, and I won't let you forget that. You piece of shit. Thanks.
I think I had to because it was it was the nearest thing I could think of.
Shut up. How about that?
I'm not saying you like Eamon Holmes.
You really did. Although, no, Eamon Holmes is coming around to being a vegan.
No.
Yeah. Honestly,
no.
yeah. This guy, what's called David Rams, he's a he does podcasts and speaks to people on veganism and stuff. And Eamon Holmes has started following him and said, well, let's have a quick see if I get any sort of answer on Google. Eamon Holmes. Funny if I googled Eamon Holmes and my face comes up. Then I'll see what you mean. I don't look like him.
I don't think anyone's saying you do.
So he has said in the well, nearly, but he has said something since. I don't know when this was. When was this? Oh, April 24th, so fairly recently. Eamon Holmes has opened up on his big regret. Despite loving animals and he's got a rescued dog, he's upset that he hasn't been able to completely avoid eating meat products. I do have a big regret, and it's worry with me that I'm not a vegetarian. Be better. We go to the supermarket and get sausages. We think they come from a packet. We don't realise they come from pigs or cows. We don't realise what goes on. I would certainly aspire to become a vegetarian, certainly. Yeah.
So when he says he's not able to avoid it, it's like someone just shoving it into his face.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because once you have that mindset, it seems odd. But I mean,
actually,
you never know.
I bet I've said stuff like that in the past.
I think people do. But he started following this David Rams, so obviously he's got some sort of interest there. So watch this space.
It could happen.
Yeah. So.
And maybe you will start dating Taylor Swift as well.
Exactly, and then it's open for me. No, wait, I'm not. It's already decided not.
I mean, you are married, remember?
Potato. Bigamy.
Oh,
Bigamy,
yeah.
and then we can find out the answer to that question. I'll see what I end up having to do at Christmas.
So that's the theme for this episode.
Bigamy. I think probably it'll be okay for me though, because I imagine he's busy a lot. He'll be like, I've got to record something.
I've got to go on tour.
And I'll be like, that's fine. I'll let you record. You've got a week off now over Christmas. I'm going to let you record stuff. I'm going to give you some space. And be like, where are you going? I'll be like, I'm going to go and see my family, and then I can come and see you.
Right, okay.
And then he won't know.
Okay.
So it'll be fine.
That
So
sounds-
you get me for Christmas, that's fine.
That sounds like a good deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop complaining.
If
then.
you can maybe siphon off some of the Kravitz millions,
try.
redirect it in my direction.
Yeah, I can try.
Okay, well, this issue of Kerrang is ending on an advert for the album Hail to England by Manowar, and it says it features the single Defender featuring Orson Welles. And my friend used to have this 12-inch single, and it starts off and Orson Welles is doing this kind of oratory at the beginning of it. And there's not a lot of heavy metal bands that had a actor of Orson Welles' caliber on their album, so fair play to Manowar. I'll stick that on the playlist.
I don't like that the album's got Manowar left aligned and not centre aligned, given that that's upsetting me slightly.
It looks like the logo, the logo type is actually part of the artwork. It looks like they've sort of drawn that on.
Yeah, but you see what I mean? I would centre align that.
I don't know why you would do that.
No.
Because there's no space between the M and the left side as well.
No.
That's horrible. I don't like that. But on the single it is.
Yeah.
It's not quite.
But I don't mind it touching the sides if it all touches the sides.
Or you can have it smaller and on the edge, but then it's sort of left aligned.
Yeah. Well, this is fun conversation for people.
We're back on logo talk and font talk.
It's good font.
Yeah, there's a muscular man with a England flag on. I mean, they are American.
Really?
the lads from Manowar, I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Witness the Manowar spectacle of might for the first time in the UK. Playing the Hammersmith Odeon, of course they are. Nottingham Rock City, Manchester Apollo. I've been to all these places. And special guest Merciful Fate. So do you want to, have you got a message to leave our listeners with? Do you want to recommend anything? Do you want to give a shout out to anything?
Nope.
Just talk about Bigamy.
Yeah. Go and have a listen to your playlist.
Yeah.
And
as we always say,
stay metal.
Stay metal.
Bye.